All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Palm Springs Unified School District regular meeting of the Board of Education. Today is Tuesday, November 14th, 2023. I'd like to call this meeting to order with a roll call, please.
Board Member Jarrell, Board Member Irvin,
Here.
Board Member Cornett,
Here.
Board Clerk Espericueta,
Here.
Board President Girardi,
Here.
and Student Board Member Uyan Wune.
Here.
Thank you. Would you please all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Monica Borrego?
Ready? Begin.
Thank you. Please be seated. Next, we'll have a reading of our mission statement by our student board member, Loda Uyan Une.
All members of Palm Springs Unified School District are united in our commitment to equity. We create deep, meaningful learning opportunities, build professionalism, and engage parents and community to ensure success for all students. All students graduate with the skills, capacities, and confidence needed to succeed in a rapidly changing world.
Thank you very much, Loda. Item 7 is a report of closed session actions. Clerk Espericueta, do we have anything to report out of closed session tonight?
President Girardi, there are no closed session items to report this night.
Thank you very much. Next up is item 8, approval of the agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda? I would just like to make a slight modification, and I'd like to switch 15A and 15B. And with that modification, can I get approval?
Move for approval.
Thank you. How about a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That motion passes. Thank you. Next up is item 9. We're going to have our student board member report from Cathedral City High School student board member Loda Uyan Une.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Lotte Uyawune, and this is my board report for CCHS through August through October. So the things we'll be going over are back-to-school events, sports, arts, clubs, and homecoming. Our seniors started off the year with Senior Sunrise, which was an event organized by our ASB senior class. Students got to watch the sunrise on the upper field as well as play games on the lower field. We also had our annual club kickoff where clubs introduced themselves to students around campus. We had clubs like Go Full, Baking Club, and Keystone Club make appearances. Our back-to-school night featured performances from our dance team, ballet folklorico, and cheer team. Afterwards, parents got to go visit their students' classes to learn about the rigor of each course. Now moving on to our sports. Our football team went 6-4, ending with a win against Desert Hot Springs High School. Although their first game was cut a little short because of Hurricane Hillary, we're glad that they ended on a high note. Our girls volleyball team had a hard-fought season and ended off their senior night with a clean 3-0 win against Desert Mirage High School. Our cross-country team held their annual Run in the Jungle, where they invited different cross-country teams from our district to run 2 miles around our school campus. Senior Paul Alemán said, "My favorite part about Run in the Jungle was when some of our girls came in first and second place. This is when I knew we'd definitely have a really good chance to win girls DVL this year." And Paul was right, because our girls cross-country team won DVL this year. Cross-country junior Sabina Gutierrez said, "The girls have not won a DVL title since 1991, and we've been struggling since our freshman year to get enough girls to join to create a full team. So this is really special to us. Congratulations to our girls cross-country team." Our girls tennis team also had a bit of a rocky start with Hurricane Hillary affecting the first week of matches, but they finished on a high note with a win against Banning, tying for 4th place in DVL. Our boys water polo team did not have enough players to play in league games, but they still enjoyed the team environment that they created and enjoyed the trips they took to colleges to watch water polo games. Senior Dalton Avon said, "My favorite part of the season was the new friendships with people I would have never met, and the bonding through tough practices and team trips to watch college water polo." Our girls' golf team was made of roughly beginners, but junior Maya Guzman said, "My favorite part about my golf season would have to be the end of our matches and being able to laugh with my teammates about the rookie mistakes we made." Now we're moving on to our arts, which have had numerous performances around our school campus and in our community. Our Royal Regiment today has competed in 4 competitions, placing first in all of them, qualifying for championships. Tonight they have their annual Bandorama, where schools from around the valley and outside the valley will be performing their performances. Our Ballet Folklorico has also had lots of performances around campus and in the community, and they are competing with our marching band and their Day of the Dead performance. Our theater had their annual fall play titled The Awesome 80s Prom, which combined classic 80s characters into a coming-of-age play. Senior Abigail Lamp said, "My favorite part about the play is the theater community we've built. It's like a second family." And now we're moving on to our clubs. ROTC had a car wash to help raise funds for the upcoming year. They worked hard in the sun and cleaned lots of cars. Skills USA had its kickoff to introduce data freshmen to the different aspects of Skills USA, such as uniforms, what Skills USA is, their creed, and their state competitions. Our school's hosted chapter organized a 9/11 memorial featuring our ROTC and choir to honor the lives lost in 9/11. Our Mecha Club organized a Hispanic Heritage Month celebration, which featured a performance from our Ballet Folklorico. Our HEAL students were certified during a Saturday training by the local fire department and used their newly certified skills to lead a mock disaster drill where we had fake patients and rescuers going around surveying the school to find victims. While HEAL students were doing that, other students hung out with different first responders on the field. We even had a helicopter parked on our upper field. Our equity ambassadors hosted a Halloween and Day of the Dead Spirit Week. October 31st, Night of the Ghouls, saw the most participation, with many students coming to campus dressed in their Halloween costumes. And now on to homecoming. Our homecoming theme this year was Across the Hokoverse, and it was a superhero, supervillain themed week. Our students spent 66 long hours crafting their class floats for the homecoming parade, and they put in a lot of work and effort into the designs and building of these floats. Our class floats debuted at the homecoming parade, with our freshmen making a Superman themed float, our sophomores making a Doctor Strange themed float, our juniors making a Batman themed float, and our seniors making a Spider-Man themed float. Our parade also featured our homecoming court, Ballet Folklorico, cheer team, dance team, marching band, academies, clubs, and local middle and elementary schools. Our homecoming rally featured those same dance groups, along with a special performance from our teachers, which you can see in the bottom left, and our homecoming court performances. Our homecoming game was superhero themed, and it was a very close, hard-fought game that ended in a score of 8-10. Our Hoko Queen, April Martinez, was also crowned. And our Hoko dance was a beautifully decorated and well-attended dance titled Hokoverse, with many students giving us positive feedback and enjoying their time. And now we're moving on to Nellie Coffin Middle School's August through October report. NCMS staff and students participated in our district-wide College and Career Spirit Week. They also hosted a Red Ribbon Spirit Week and had a presenter speak to their 7th and 8th graders about fentanyl and other drug awareness. NCMS counselors started a Coffee with Counselors event every Monday to bring parents in to hear their concerns and help educate families on a multitude of topics. NCMS's volleyball and football teams worked hard during morning practices and games against other schools. Both teams improved greatly throughout their season and gave the annual Turkey Bowl their best shot. Nellie Kaufman also had their first fall festival, which was a family event with food, games, and fun. Different campus clubs sold food items, drinks, digital photos, temporary tattoos, and even face painting. Family and students were invited and were able to watch the sports teams before coming to enjoy music and share food in the Cougar Quad. NCMS's Gay Straight Alliance Club also walked in the Palm Springs Pride Parade. And tomorrow night, NCMS will be hosting its second annual Family Literacy Night to unite families through a reading and writing activity. Each person attending will receive a journal, erasable pen, and stickers. Now moving on to Cathedral City Elementary's August through October report. CCE has had Spirit Weeks promoting attendance, which resulted in a 2% increase of attendance compared to last year in September. Students won tacos for being present at school and also got to splash their administrators to celebrate the 387 students that missed 0 or 1 days in September. Students also celebrated International Walk to School Day. Students and staff also celebrated Red Ribbon Week. And teachers had a Professional Development Day. Students and staff also celebrated Halloween, and there was lots of participation with students coming to school in their costumes and teachers and staff having group costumes together. And CCE also had a fall festival with face painting and lots of fun games. And that concludes my board report for August through October. Thank you.
Very well done, Loda. Thank you so much. Item 10 is a special recognition. The Soroptimist International Palm Springs wishes to honor the following City of Palm Springs Teachers of the Year. Soroptimist President Gloria Hill will call up the nominees.
Okay, good evening, everyone. President Girardi, members of the governing board, Dr. Signore, and members of the cabinet. My name is Gloria Hill, and as the president of Soroptimist International Palm Springs, I would like to thank you once again for allowing us to honor the Palm Springs Teachers of the Year here this evening. We are very proud of and grateful to the wonderful educators that we are honoring here this evening. I am also very proud of our club and the work that we do. Can I ask the members of Soroptimist of Palm Springs to please stand up if you're here tonight? Oh, thank you. We would like to thank Jaime Ochoa, membership officer with Schools First Federal Credit Union, for once again sponsoring this recognition by providing our club with a donation that makes it possible for us to present each of the honorees with a check for $100. Schools First is a valued partner with both Palm Springs Unified and Soroptimist of Palm Springs, and we are grateful for the continued support. Soroptimist International is the world's largest organization of women helping women. Our key area of focus is education, and it is our pleasure to honor 7 outstanding educators who work tirelessly each and every day to promote our students with the tools they need for academic success. In addition to the check each of our honorees will be getting, a tote bag from our club and certificates of recognition from our elected officials, including the Palm Springs City Council, Assemblyman Greg Wallace, and Senator Kelly Sayarto. There's also a special surprise inside if you like chocolate. I'd like to call forward each of the winners to receive their rewards at this time. Please remain up front so that we can get a group photo. Delaney Nahart is the Teacher of the Year from Kauai Elementary. Kauai Principal Dr. Ryan Saunders is also here. Dr. Saunders, would you please stand? Thank you. John Horwitz is from Cielo Vista Charter, who unfortunately could not be with us this evening. Principal Juanita Perez Chica is here this evening to accept for him. Mrs. Perez Chica, please come forward. Eva Hong is Catherine Fenchy Elementary's Teacher of the Year. Fenchy's principal, Matt Hammond, is also here this evening. Mr. Hammond, can you please stand? Thank you. Andrea Martinez is from Vista Del Monte Elementary. Andrea is also one of Palm Springs Unified School District's Teachers of the Year. Vista Del Monte principal, Jaime Santos, is also here this evening. Miss Santos, I said Jamie, I'm sorry. I even wrote it down. I still said it wrong. Jamie Santos is also here this evening. Thank you, Miss Santos. I apologize. Raymond Cree Middle School's Teacher of the Year is Vincentia Lane, who unfortunately could not be with us this evening. Raymond Cree's principal, Bernie Marez, is here to accept for her. Mr. Marez, please come forward. Thank you. Palm Springs High School Teacher of the Year is Richard Hunsberger. Palm Springs principal, Michael Ventura, is here as well. Mr. Ventura, please stand. Desert Learning Academy's Teacher of the Year is Melanie Barun. Desert Learning Academy's principal, Dr. Micah Granger, is here as well. Dr. Granger, please stand, and Melanie, please come forward. Thank you all for all you do for our students, each and every day. Seroptimist International of Palm Springs is honored to salute you. Can we have all the members of Seroptimist of Palm Springs please join us for a group photo?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Seroptimist International of Palm Springs. Next up, the Governing Board wishes to recognize and commend the following employees of the month for November 2023. We'll kick this off with a couple of videos.
I am beyond pleased to introduce Ms. Angie Gallagher as our certificated staff member of the month. Angie is our librarian and she does an amazing job. She makes sure that every student has an opportunity to visit a place that is warm, welcoming, and safe. She maintains a library that meets the needs of all of our students. There are materials there that help students identify with. She makes sure that students have activities that are engaging and fun. So a student can go in and participate in team activities, get some art in there, and just feel safe. So Angie, my hat's off to you for all the work that you do, and I thank you very much. I'm very pleased to introduce Mario Good as our classified staff does that through building relationships with our students. He really reaches out and takes the time to get to know students. He takes the time to get to know about them. He talks about sports with them, captures.
All right. It is a pleasure to invite Angie Gallagher up to receive her honor. Angie.
Congratulations.
Okay, we're going to say a lot of good things about you. Come on. We match. No.
We do.
All right. Angie has worked for Palm Springs Unified for 29 years. She is the heartbeat of James Workin Middle School. She provides our staff and students with the tools they need for teaching and learning. Angie also creates an environment where every student can thrive. Our Media Center has been recognized for its richness and diverse materials as a result of Angie's dedicated time to equity and inclusion. In the morning and during lunches, Mrs. Gallagher keeps our Media Center open to students and provides them not only an engaging environment, but also a safe space for someone who enters. Students can enjoy a variety of games and STEAM activities, which promote higher learning, curiosity, creativity, and community. We are very lucky to have Angie at James Workman Middle School. So on behalf of the students and staff, Mrs. Gallagher, of James Workman Middle School, and members of the governing board and administration, it is a pleasure to present you with this plaque of recognition as Certificated Employee of the Month for November 2023. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you. I'm excited. This is my 29th year with the district, but my 30th year teaching, so I am retiring at the end of this year. So I'm super excited to go out with a bang. It's been such a wonderful journey. Palm Springs Unified hired me right out of college, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful experience. I'm looking around, I see so many familiar faces and friends and support people who have been there for me, and I so appreciate everybody, and my lovely daughter for coming tonight, who's a product of this wonderful school district, and my very best friend Sherry, who's just retired and waiting for me to retire so we can travel. Thank you. And Brad, I don't know if he's still here. Thank you. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'm excited.
Loda, you want to try it?
Mario
Mario Good.
Good.
Congratulations.
Officer Mario Good has worked for PSUSD for the last 12 years. He plays a huge role in creating and maintaining a safe learning environment for all students and staff at Workman. Officer Good is a positive role model and is well liked and respected by students. When dealing with members of the community, his customer service is commendable. He is always cool, calm, collected, and professional in all his dealings. Officer Good is dependable, dedicated, resilient, flexible, and adaptive in any situation he encounters on campus. He always encourages students to do the right thing. Even when they make a mistake, he tries to create a teachable moment when they are appropriate. He exudes bighorn pride with everything he does on campus. He is an asset to PSUSD, and we are extremely fortunate to have Officer Good on our team. Officer Good, on behalf of the students and staff at James Workman Middle School, members of the governing board, and administration, it is a pleasure to present you with this plaque of recognition as Classified Employee of the Month for November 2023. Is there anyone in the audience who'd like to recognize?
Thank you, everyone. I'd like to say a couple things to my security chief, Levon Smart, security supervisor, Alex Borrego, also to my wonderful administrators, Vicky Chavez, Manuel Barardo, Robert Cullion, and Tommy Jones. I appreciate it. There are so many of my coworkers that are well deserving of this award, so I'm forever grateful for this. Thank you.
Congratulations to everybody. Thank you for all you do for our school district. Next up is item 11, public comments. Clerk Espericueta, have we received any email comments this evening?
President Girardi, we have not received any electronic comments.
Okay. In-person comments, I haven't received any comment cards, so I don't believe we have any in-person comments tonight. Moving on, we'll go to our public hearing. The governing board now opens the public hearing on the annual and 5-year reportable fees report for fiscal year 2022-2023 in compliance with government code sections 66006 and 66001. Have any written comments been received by the district as to the proposed resolution?
President Girardi, yes, a writing comments as received by the Desert Valley Builder Association.
Thank you very much, Sergio. Is there anyone present who wishes to provide oral comments on the proposed resolution? Okay, seeing none. Later in the agenda, the board will consider adopting resolution number 2023/2024-14, approval of the annual and 5-year reportable fees report for fiscal year 2022/2023, in compliance with Government Code Sections 66006 and 66001, OE 12.1. Seeing no other comments, I declare this public hearing closed. Item 13 is board member comments. Does anybody have anything they'd like to share this evening?
I'll go ahead and start.
Okay, thank you.
I had the pleasure of attending the Cathedral City Heroes, New Heroes Awards dinner, where several of our Palm Springs Unified School District staff members were honored, and several of the board members that got to attend. I also, on October 27th and 26th, we had a big board retreat to discuss the hiring of our new superintendent. I had the honor of presenting to the Palm Springs Noon Rotary the state of the district in November, and I want to thank the members, Esquerra Cata and Irvin and Mrs. Boyko for also attending and supporting me. The Palm Springs Noon Rotary is very supportive of our schools, and especially Kauai. I see the principal shaking his head. They were off that day to present books to every child, I assume, at your school. That was great. Many of the Rotaries in our district, they're very supportive of our district's children and families, and we really want to thank them. It was also a wonderful experience to attend the opening of the Agua Caliente Museum and Spa. It's a great addition to our community. I hope all of you get to go out and enjoy it. And many thanks to the Agua Caliente tribe for the support they give to our students, family, and community. And I also want to thank Lota for your wonderful presentation tonight and for reading that tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Anybody else? Madonna?
Okay, sorry. I'll just say a few things that Karen said. I was with the board in a retreat, doing a lot of work on behalf of our constituents, our students, our community members. We worked really hard to represent you and be objective and think about the needs of our students and the needs of our district. And so that was very rewarding, and we hope we don't have to find us doing that for a while. But I was with the rest of the board at Heroes Awards with the Rotary Club, and this is what they said a hero is. A hero is a person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievement, or noble qualities. So even though not everyone is invited to be honored, we know that many of us in the field of education every day may not be noticed, but we are admired and idealized, and we are courageous, and we do our best with our noblest qualities to serve kids. So with that, I met one of our volunteers. It's the Read With Me Volunteer Reading Program, and her name is Lynn Barsh. And Lynn wrote me an email the next day, and she said, I came before PSUSD requesting our Read With Me volunteers back into the classroom at Cathedral City Elementary. The board granted the request, and we returned to Cathedral City Elementary after COVID with 72 volunteers. The next year, we brought the program to Agua Caliente Elementary School, and today we have over 100 volunteers working with about 1,000 of our PSUSD students. We're talking about some more heroes out in our community. And because of this great success, beginning in February, Lynn wrote, we will be starting with the Read With Me program at Julius Corsini Elementary School as well. So I would like to thank the Read With Me volunteers, Roberta Klein, and all of the volunteers that are branching out into our schools, where they are making a difference in literacy for the kids. I did go with the board to the Cultural Plaza opening. I did also, on the same night, go to the Dia de los Muertos Forest Lawn. We had a legal Zoom meeting on updates for, I'm a delegate to the school board for our region 18, and we had an update about legal actions. I'll be sending it to the board. We are so excited that as a district, I was in the Pride Parade. This time I was an observer, and I was with teachers from Palm Springs Unified, and seeing all the kids and organizations that came up the parade route. Actually, they came down this year, and seeing the Pride with all of the kids' parents and groups. The marching bands, the dancers, and all of the different groups. Again, Ballet Folklorico, they're celebrating what is important to all of us. We did have the other night I had a Palm Springs Lion Club State of the District address, and Joan Boyko came with me to, we attended the Lions Club meeting. This is probably the third year on a Friday night that I was there talking to the Lions Club's members, and they asked this question: what can we do to help the schools and be involved in the district? And so that was a good question. It made me stop and think, well, what could they do? So Joan helped me talk about reaching out to schools, contacting her, looking at the events that are coming up, and joining in with the foundation and being involved. So that was really eye-opening to have someone talk and ask that question. The next day, I was off of work, but I went to Desert Hot Springs High School for the cutting of the ceremonial Marine Corps cake. It was the 248th birthday. They had 3 huge cakes from Sherman's, and they had a ceremony, and the Marines all sang in unison, a cappella, the Marine Corps hymn. It was very special, and I thank the Master Sergeant Webb and Master Sergeant Terrence for putting on that wonderful event. Just right after that, I was so excited to see one of my favorite plays, Hello, Dolly. And I was in this play in high school. I think I played Minnie. But it was a beautiful night to be out in the theater. It was kind of like the song, it's good to be back and see you again. It was just an amazing event. And I'm so excited that our theater seasons are back. Our sports teams are out there doing well. Our technology team went to Missouri and placed 3rd place in a tournament. Our wellness center that opened, I didn't get to see it on my visit to Cielo Vista, October 19th. It wasn't open yet, but all of these wonderful events are happening. So back to Cielo Vista, I had a one-on tour with Dr. Signoret, and we were in the golf cart with with Ms. Perez Chica, and we had a wonderful ride through the campus and I thought we'd visit a couple classrooms. I think we made it to 11. But the last stop was an elective class, and it was a travel class. It was very special, and one of the students, a very, very articulate person, it presented about his trip to Argentina. And I am so excited now that I want to try more culture and food and be interested in traveling to Argentina. And so at that day, when you're in a classroom and you're sitting with kids, you just want to talk to them. So the teacher said, oh, and by the way, we have a student from Syria here. And I speak Arabic, and I asked him, how are you in Arabic? And he looked at me, and then that's all I know, pretty much, and thank you. And so I got to speak to him, and he just kind of sat up like, wow, this is, somebody that I could connect to. And that's the joy of visiting schools with the superintendent, one-on-one. We get to get down and see what the kids are learning. And so all of these wonderful things, I invite you all to go out to the schools and see the events and be involved, just like the Lions Club member asked. Thank you.
Yeah, hello. I attend quite a few things. I'm not quite as articulate as Madonna. She's so amazing. I love when Madonna gives her reports. She's very on point and very good. So I went October 27th. I went to Palm Springs High School for the parent greeting and meet. It's a new group that they're starting where they get parents to come on campus and maybe talk to the students and just see how the campus is ran. It was a very good program. A couple parents showed up, which was pretty good. It's the first one. There's going to be many more to come in the future. I also, on November the 2nd, attended the Agua Caliente Museum as well. That was amazing to hear the history and the story of the Agua Caliente Indians, and just to see that they're so vibrant in their history. One of the items that they had there at the museum was over 8,000 years old, and they were able to excavate and find that there on the site. And so, that was something that was very exciting. I also went to Rio Vista November the 6th for the award ceremony. That school is always exciting and fun. Mr. T, this was his first opportunity to be on campus to have this award ceremony since COVID. So the students are really happy and jumping around. It was second graders. I also, November 10th, attended the 248th birthday of our Marine Corps at Desert Hot Springs High School. The leader of that Marine Corps or that group that we have there at Desert Hot Springs, she is really serious and intense. Those students, it looked like a football team. It was so many students in that program, and I was like, wow, they actually are listening to her every word and hanging on to, and she just demanded it the whole time. So that was great. I went to November 11th, I went to the Veterans Parade as well. I didn't participate, but stood there and watched and supported our service. November the 13th, I attended the APAC board meeting, general meeting. Amber did a wonderful presentation on tutoring. If anyone out there or here in the audience is having any trouble with tutoring, they have a program called Varsity Tutor, and that is something that's available. It's one-on-one, it's face-to-face through Zoom, so students can have an opportunity to be able to get tutored. That program is free and available here at our district, so please take advantage of it. I also went to the Wellness Center at Cielo Vista, which was put together by the foundation, who did a wonderful job. And the City of Palm Springs, I want to say thank you as well, through funds from Measure J. They got a couple of projects here. I believe there will be 4 different wellness centers at our elementary schools going forward. So that kind of concludes the things that I've done, and just want to tell you guys thank you.
Thank you, Charlie. Sergio?
Good evening, everyone. Buenas noches a todos. I want to start with the first one, the retreat that we have in October 26th and 27th with all board members. Continue with the recruit for the new superintendent. Also, in the October 27th, I'm attending with Karen and Charlie that was the Catira City Hero Award. And that was a good event because they honor residents, school staff, and school teachers that give their volunteer time for the community that was affected by the tropical storm Hillary. And also in the 11th or November 1st, I attended with Karen and Charlie the stay at the district presented by Karen Cornett. I think you have to present the whole stay at the district. You do good. And in 11th second, I attended the Agua Caliente Cultural Plaza grand opening. Was a good experience. I don't have the time to work to see everything. I want to come back, and I recommend everyone to take the time to visit the Cultural Plaza at the Agua Caliente Tribal. And in November 7th, and I request with the principal at the Mont San Jacinto High School, but this time to the DHS campus, Edward Wesleff Education Center, with the principal Bradley Saper and assistant principal Tanisha Taylor. And I started a visit with greeting part of the school staff and taking a tour of the facility, which include a sport course, some rooms assigned to the College of the Desert to have classes for College of the Desert students from Desert Hot Spring, room assigned for adult classes, and I was thinking there was a classes for to learn English for adults. Also, we visit the art and history classes. By the end, also they take me to one room assigned for early childhood education. They mentioned there was child 4 years or less, maybe 15 child there, one teacher. I don't know how can she make it with the little one, but they was doing good, very excited to do different activities. And also in 11:10, I attended to the Michael House mural unveiling in Palm Springs. It was an event that once again reveals the extensive contribution of residents in different aspects, and they receive all the recognition. On this occasion, to the artist Alejandro Olmo with a mural in Michael House. Michael House is one like clinics to recover patients from drugs abuse, and they do good job with the community too. And also in that same event, we had a special participation of Ryan Martinez. He's a 5th grade student from Vista del Monte Elementary School. He singing two songs with live mariachi music. He's a song. One of my favorite song was let me see, was the Flor Hermosa and Cielito Lindo. He's doing good. He get the full attention of the people that attend the events. And in 11:13, I attended the Cielo Vista Wellness Center grand opening on Rayburn Current, and that was one more wellness center. And if I'm not wrong, the foundation, the Palm Springs Unified School District Foundation, they already opened 10, and they are working with number 11 wellness, and the intention is to have one in each site, in each school. We're working good in that. Thank you. That is it.
Thank you. All right, just real quick, 2 items. One, I just want to emphasize our thanks and appreciation to the community service clubs like the Cathedral City Rotary and the Seroptas International for honoring the hard work many of our employees do. Without that kind of community support, that would just make our jobs much tougher, and we really appreciate their help. The second thing, just a shout out to the Desert Hot Springs High School football team. First time they've won the second round in their playoffs in double overtime. They're going to the 3rd round for CIFs. Congratulations, you guys. And with that, we'll turn it over to Dr. Signoret.
Thank you, President Girardi. Well, first of all, I'd like to wish all of our students, parents, and our hardworking staff a wonderful Thanksgiving vacation next week. You've all been working extremely hard, so please take the time to enjoy a well-deserved break. Also, I'd like to recognize our Palm Springs Unified family that participated in the City of Palm Springs Pride Parade last week. Team members of our Student Services Department, Family Engagement Center, LGBTQ Alliance, and GSAs, as well as the marching bands from Rancho Mirage High School, Desert Hot Springs High, and Palm Springs High, as well as the CCHS Folklorico, as well as the numerous students, parents, and staff of other school sites that proudly represented our district in the parade. Please know that you are all greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. My family and I also participated, and although it was a long walk and a hot day, it was a very good time. So thank you all that showed up. I also want to congratulate David Green and all of our MTU students and cast for their outstanding production of Hello Dolly. Like Board Member Jarrell, I was there with my wife Sylvia for opening night, and they did a great job. It was absolutely spectacular. Kids are so amazingly talented. Also, like Board Member Irvin and Board Member Espericueta, just congratulations to CVC Wellness Center. Ellen Goodman, the work of the foundation. Shout out also to Palm Springs City Council and the Measure J Committee and Principal Juanita Perez Chica. Great job. It was a spectacular event yesterday. And just like President Girardi said, Great job, Desert Hot Springs High. What a wonderful playoff run that they are having. I had the opportunity to go there for their homecoming game, and just the spirit, support on that campus, that whole community. This is so well deserved. So just a big shout out to all of them. But last but not least, I also want to take advantage of this opportunity to recognize Mrs. Lasagna Pitts. As many of you may already know, Mrs. Pitts will be retiring December 30th. Now, when I made this announcement to our leadership team last Thursday, I was surprised at how overcome I became with emotion. As a matter of fact, I got quite choked up. But I think I could be forgiven, especially considering how important Lasagna has been to all of us. Her expertise, her work ethic, her professionalism is second to none. But more than just an esteemed and respected colleague, after more than a decade working with her in HR, I consider her a dear friend. So even though she's not leaving until the end of December, I wanted to share these comments now, as today is going to be her last board meeting with us. She will not be available at our December meeting. So I'll keep it simple, and Lasagna, I'm not looking at you at this time because last time I got choked up. I can't afford to get choked up again, and you know I'm blaming you for that. But simply, thank you for everything. You have been absolutely the best, so thank you. That's it, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We're on to item 15, board action items. I've
John,
changed-
1 second. I also want to tell you thank you as well. I didn't know that you weren't going to be here. Yeah. I really appreciate you. I know a long time ago I reached out to you about a whole lot of different things, and I just want to tell you thank you, well done, and I'm really going to miss you.
Very classy. I gotta say, thank you, Lasagna, for stepping up, taking the interim role for our human resources assistant superintendent. You helped us out tremendously. We very, very much appreciate it. Owe you our gratitude for that. Thank you. All right, now we'll go on to
Well, I
board.
just have to say this too. I already told you this earlier, but I really want to say you really are one of the most professional people I've ever worked with and for and about. You're just such a great employee, and you have a wealth of knowledge. You really are going to be missed.
Okay. Now you know who our boss is. So with that, we're going to switch it up. We're going to do 15B first, approval of certificated and classified employee transactions, OE 4.4. And Lasagna, you want to lead this off?
Join me at the podium. Tonight, we're pleased to recommend Mrs. Melissa Galato as a principal of Nellie N. Kaufman Middle School. Mrs. Galato started her career in education in 2006 at Nellie Kaufman. She has served as a science and avid classroom teacher. She was instrumental in the implementation of the advisory period, which continues to be a very successful program. Mrs. Galato was promoted to assistant principal in 2022, and she's now serving as the interim principal. Two former principals of Nellie Kaufman Middle School recommend her for this position, and Dr. Karen Dimick stated that Mrs. Galato is dedicated and committed to creating a school community where students thrive academically and socially. In addition to Dr. Dimick's recommendation, former principal Mrs. Lucinda Killebrew said, "I watched her grow from a confident science teacher to a confident school-wide leader. She's willing and eager to assume new challenges. We are confident that Mrs. Galato will do an excellent job as a new principal at Nellie N. Kaufman Middle School with her 18 years of experience with the Kaufman staff and the community. Congratulations, Melissa."
First of all, I want to thank the Board of Education for giving me this opportunity. It really is a dream come true to help shape Nellie Kaufman in the future. It's been my home for a very long time, and so it really truly is an honor. Secondly, I want to thank Dr. Dimick. I really think that she helped me hone my leadership skills immensely the last few years, encouraged me to pursue this endeavor as well. And so I just want to thank you for that. It means the world to me. And my parents, who luckily somehow by fluke, I don't know, got to be here tonight from Michigan. And so I just want to thank them for always leading by example and showing me the value in investing in other people and service and volunteerism and education. So thank you for that. And my daughter Bodhi and my amazing husband Guillaume, they're my #1 fans, and they're my rock and my support system. And I just appreciate you guys for always believing in me and helping me be my best self. So thank you.
Okay. May I get a motion to approve the following employment agreement with Melissa Galatode, principal of Nellie Kaufman Middle School, salary schedule 212, column 1, step 5, effective November 15th, 2023.
Move for approval?
We have a motion. How about a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Congratulations. If I read this right, you start tomorrow, huh? All right, now we're going to go to 15A. So 15A is recommendation and approval of employment agreement for Superintendent of Schools, OE4. Prior to the vote, I need to read an oral report of the salary and compensation paid in the form of fringe benefits in the proposed contract for employment as required by Government Code Section 54943. The board will be considering an employment agreement with Dr. Tony Signoret as the district superintendent effective January 1st, 2024. The recommended compensation is summarized as follows. Annual base salary of $290,000 with the same annual salary increases, if any, provided to other certificated management employees. $600 monthly automobile allowance, $150 monthly communication allowance, $1,500 annual doctoral stipend, district contribution to health and welfare benefits applicable to district certificated management personnel, currently $18,425, $400,000 life insurance policy, 1 day of sick leave per month, and annual ACSA, CALSA, and AASA dues paid by the district. Can I get a motion to approve the employment agreement between Palm Springs Unified School District Governing Board and Dr. Tony Signoret as the district superintendent?
Move for approval?
We have a motion. How about a second?
Second.
And a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstaining? The motion passes. Congratulations. That's great. And he wants to say something.
That was
All right, well, thank you guys so much. Let me just catch my breath real quick, but that was wonderful, but thank you. So first of all, words cannot express how extremely humbled and grateful I am to have this opportunity to serve Palm Springs Unified in this new role. I really want to personally thank Board Member Jarrell, Board Member Irvin, Board Member Cornett, Board Clerk Espericueta, and Board President Girardi. I know each one of you dedicated a significant amount of time, research, and effort into making this very important decision. The best interest of our students and school district is always at the forefront of everything you do, so please know that you are greatly appreciated, so thank you. I also want to thank all of the PSUSD community and that have openly expressed their support as well. Yes, I love that picture. I love that. Even though I love the fact that Jose Becerra was the one holding it when Ramiro Ortega was the one that drew it. So he was taking the credit for that drawing. But also thank you to all of our PSUSD community that have openly expressed your support as well. All of our certificated and classified staff, our leadership and management team, PSTA and Teamsters, Superintendent's Office, and Cabinet team. I want to say thank you to you all. You mean so much to me. You're all very special. I also want to give a special thank you to all of the numerous students that have expressed their support for me as well. One student that I met during one of our meet and greets at the high schools told me, I really didn't know much about what a superintendent does until I met you. But I replied, well, neither did I until I started this job. So I was very grateful, but that was great to connect with the kids. So again, to all of you, I just want to say thank you so much. I promise I will continue my approach to this role as I have approached every role in my career in the only way I know how. And that's with full commitment, relentless optimism, and honesty. I frequently use the expression, let's take the bull by its horns, as I do not shy away from challenges. Additionally, my philosophy is 100% grounded on teamwork. We have outstanding talent at every single level of our PSUSD family, and it has always been my goal to motivate, support, and promote everyone's potential. Our recent experience with Tropical Storm Hillary, I think, is a perfect example of our ability to face challenges head-on and work as a high-functioning team to best serve the needs of our students. And that, I believe, is just the tip of the iceberg. As a team, we have the capacity to do so much more. I also want to thank my extended family and friends that are here present today. But of course, last but not least, I want to thank my wonderful family of 10 kids for all of their support. I'd like to start with the kids that are out of town, but I know are watching live stream, and they are literally all over the place. Michelle in England, Josh in San Francisco, Renee in Idaho, Juliet in Spain, Jonathan in Arizona, and Solange in New York. And by the way, you've heard me say this before, they all attended and graduated from Palm Springs Unified Schools. Thank you. And of course, my kids still at home. Daniela, Natasha, both at Palm Springs High School, Jordan at Cielo Vista, and you all already met Sebastian, the little 1.5-year-old that's been making his presence known. I apologize in advance to any elementary principal that will get him. He's quite the handful. But of course, my beautiful wife, Sylvia. She's the heart and soul. She is the heart and soul and motivator of our entire family. The Energizer Bunny has nothing on Sylvia, so I'm so blessed to have her in my life. So again, thank you, board. Thank you, entire community. I really appreciate this opportunity to serve, and like I said, very humbled and honored by this opportunity. So thank you.
All right, with that, we're going to take a 5-minute break. We'll be back. All right, we're going to go ahead and call our meeting back to order. We're up to item 15C, approval of addendum assignment monitoring and review, SB 435, 2024, 2023/24 school year, OE 4.4. May I get a motion to approve item 15C?
I move the motion.
Thank you, Sergio. How about a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. 15D, approval of the 2023-24 School Plan for Student Achievement, SPSA, OE 10.5 and OE 10.7. How about a motion to approve item 15D?
Move for approval?
We have a motion. How about a second? Second. Any comments or questions?
I just have a comment.
Go right ahead.
There's a lot of work and time and energy and details that goes into every single school plan. And even though the schools know all of the information, it takes a lot of energy and work to put these plans together. And I see the seriousness and the quality of work that is in each of the plans. So for this, I commend every single staff and leader that helps to create the plans, and our district liaison or person that helps to help collect those plans is Jim Pfeffer. Yes, Mr. Pfeffer. In doing this, I know you're editing all these amazing documents, but these are meaningful, and this is what our district is in details. So I commend all of you and thank you.
Thank you, Madonna. Anybody else? Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
That motion passes. Item 15E, approval of work-based learning business and community partners, OE 10.5. May we get a motion for this item?
I move the motion.
Thank you, Sergio. We have a motion. How about a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions?
Just want to say it's amazing how many different community groups really support our students and give them opportunities to work in different fields. It's nice, really nice.
It's a great opportunity for
It is,
students.
it's great.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That motion passes. Item 15F, approval of increased budget for the Della S. Lindley Modernization Project, OE 12.13. May we get a motion, please? Move for approval? Thank you. We have a motion. How about a second?
Second.
And a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That motion passes. Thank you. 15G, approval of income agreement IN 000209 between Palm Springs Unified School District and Riverside County Superintendent of Schools for Student Behavioral Health Incentive Program, OE 5.2. And let me get a motion. How about a motion, please?
Move for approval?
And a second.
Second.
Thank you. I think Dr. Kovitz has something to say.
Well, I'm pleased to share that our Executive Director of Student Support Services, Laura Musel, is going to share some of an overview of how we will be benefiting from these fundings and just how impactful it's going to be for our students.
Thank you. I'm going to be the first one to say it, Superintendent Signore and the board. We're super excited that a year and a half ago we applied for a grant called the School-Based Health Incentive Plan, and it's a partnership with Riverside County Office of Education and 2 managed care plans out here in Coachella Valley, Inland Empire Health Plan, IEHP, and the Molina Healthcare Plan. Both of those healthcare plans support any families and students with Medi-Cal services. And so we were granted $2.3 million over the next 2 years. Riverside County Office of Education is going to hold our money and be our coordinator to the managed care plans. It was easier for Riverside to support the 5 other school districts in Riverside who qualified for this grant to be the housing place for all of the other districts as well. So they are reporting to the state on our behalf. So I'm partnering with Kathy King, the director of student services over in Riverside County. I'm her liaison for Palm Springs. So over the next 2 years, we'll be implementing 2 targeted interventions. The first one is to provide teletherapy for students in secondary school sites during the school day. So we'll be piloting this in the wellness centers at Rancho Mirage High School, Desert Hot Springs High School, and Nellie Kaufman Middle School. We were out last week outfitting the schools, measuring for soundproof therapy booths. They're actual booths that are soundproof, where the student would sign into the wellness center and then proceed into one of the booths to have their therapy session with a marriage family therapist that's provided by Daybreak Health. That's our partner in this. Right now, we serve around 200 students through Daybreak, but we can only serve them before school, after school, and on weekends. Now we'll be able to serve them actually during the school day. So we're super excited for that as one of our targeted interventions. Another piece of our intervention is to staff those wellness centers with a new position that the state of California is working on called a wellness coach. That won't be ready till the end of the grant, but we are working right now with Human Resources on how can we staff it in the meantime with some of our current positionings and post for 3 new positions. So we'll be Lasagna and I are working on that right now. So we'll be staffing those 3 schools with some sort of prevention specialist specific to wellness. And then our second targeted intervention actually is behavioral health workforce. And so we're taking our current 11 program specialists, and some of them have volunteered to actually return to school through University of San Diego Extension, where they will become actual drug and alcohol counselors. They'll be certified by the state to provide behavioral health therapy specific to drug and alcohol, which we hope will reduce our suspensions. And so that'll be at every middle school and every high school in the district. So we're super excited to roll out those 2 interventions, and that's funded through that grant through the SB HIP partnership.
Okay. Any questions for Laura?
Well, it sounds like it's a fabulous opportunity for not only our students, but their families too, and for the district.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. All right, we have a motion and a second. Can I get all in favor to approve item 15G?
Aye.
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 That motion passes. I hope I said that correctly. 15H, adoption of resolution number 2023/2024-14, approval of the annual and 5-year reportable fees report for fiscal year 2022-2023 in compliance with Government Code Sections 66006 and 66001, OE 12.1. May we get a motion for that?
I move the motion.
Thank you, Sergio. How about a second? Second. And a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That motion passes. 15I, adoption of resolution number 2023/2024-16, approval of the continued funding application, CFA, with the California Department of Education for participation in the California State Preschool Program, OE 10.8. May we get a motion for that?
Move for approval.
And how about a second?
Second.
And a second. Anybody have any comments or questions? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
That motion passes. 15J, approval of compromise and release agreement number 23/22, number 23/24-02 between parents and district dated October 27th, 2023, OE 6.1. May we get a motion for that, please?
I move the motion.
Thank you, Sergio. How about a second?
Second.
And a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That motion passed. All right, next we're going to vote on items 15K, to 15L in one vote. This is readmission of expulsion cases 2022 slash 2023-27 and 2022 slash 23-50 to Palm Springs Unified School District OE 11. May we get a motion for that, please? Oh, we have a motion. How about a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. That motion passed. And then items 15M through 15T will be moved in as one item. This is the approval of expulsion cases 2023/2024-06, 2023/2024-07, 2023/2024-10, 2023/2024-11, 2023/2024-12, 2023/2024-13, 2023/2024-15, and 2023/2024-16. Recommendation and finding of fact and conclusion of law, OE 11. May we get a motion to approve those items?
President DeGiordi, did we change one of the recommendations?
No,
No, we didn't?
not one tonight.
Yes, we did. We changed
yeah,
two
we
of
did.
them.
What did we change?
We changed one of them.
We changed one or two, how many?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, yes, we did.
Do we need to pull those and vote on them separate?
Well, why?
Because we changed the recommendation. As presented, we wouldn't be,
We had two recommendations.
okay, so, all right,
Yeah, we
just
haven't,
checking.
we haven't done that in a long time now.
Okay.
Thought it was as written.
What's that, Joey?
So with the way that it's written, it doesn't have either type of expulsion on it?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, since we had two we're accepting one of the recommendations. All right, all right. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye,
That motion passes. I got a motion in a second?
yes.
Okay, I didn't write it down. Item 16 is the superintendent consent items, where we'll vote on 16A through 16J in one motion. So can I get a motion to approve superintendent consent items 16A through 16J?
Move for approval.
And a second, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That motion passes. Item 17A is approval of the meeting minutes of October 24th. Can we get a motion for that?
I move.
Thank you, Sergio. How about a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That motion passes. 18 is suggestions for future agendas. Any suggestions for future agenda items? All right.
Yeah, we've asked a couple of the prior meetings about state of the district here, and I wanted to know if that has been discussed or where we are in the process of that.
Yes, Board Member Irvin, yeah, we have been discussing that. I know that in the superintendent's office, we've been looking at some options that we'll bring forward to the board to consider, including even into next year, even including that as part of the legislative breakfast and changes and along that. But yes, we'll have some recommendations for you very soon on that.
Anything else, Sean? Okay. All right, item 19 is setting of our next regular board meeting, which will be December 12th, 2023 at 6 p.m. Item 20 is to debrief. Latoya, you have anything you want to add to the conversation?
I am looking forward to attending our marching band's bandorama after this board meeting, actually, which is happening at our school stadium until 9 p.m., featuring lots of marching bands from around the valley, outside the valley, our school, and RCE, Riverside Community College's marching band as well.
Nice. I apologize, Loda. I'll get it, I'll get it. Okay, well, let me wish everybody a happy and healthy Thanksgiving coming up next week. Enjoy your break. And can we get a motion to adjourn?
President Girardi, could we give Loda a hand? This was her first board meeting,
Sure.
and she did an excellent job all through the whole event.
Congratulations. I told her,
She-
anything that has to be read, you're reading it from now on. All right, how about a motion to adjourn? Loda's got to go to something.
Move for approval.
We have a motion, how about a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, that motion passes. Thank you all very much.